Hi everybody, it's attorney Brooke Goff. I am calling in on a very important topic today, the coronavirus and how it affects workers' compensation cases. This is a crazy topic right now, right? And a lot of you are concerned because you are either on workers' comp or your spouse or a family member, parent is on workers' compensation and you guys don't know what to expect. And I don't blame you, right? This is unprecedented. So everything I tell you, I'm going to go over what's changed a little bit, what to expect, but everything's unprecedented, meaning it's going to change. So I will be very diligent in keeping all of you up to date on any big changes, or any rule changes, or any when the commission puts out a new report with additional information. I'll make sure I get on and I keep you guys in the loop on things, okay? So let's get down to it and talk about the main things here. One, I'm going to cover checks. Will they be delayed? Will they not? Etc. I'm going to cover going to doctor's appointments because obviously with the COVID virus out there, I've been getting tons of questions from clients. Do I need to go to my RME? Do I need to go to my commissioner's exam? Do I need to go to my functional capacity exam? Do I need to go to my regular exams, my doctors? I'm going to talk about light duty work searches, those people that are on light duty right now. And I'm going to talk about hearings and what the current being today, March 18th, it could change tomorrow, what the current situation is for people that are on workers' compensation regarding hearings. So let's get to it. Firstly, guys, checks. Now, again, this is unprecedented, but I can almost guarantee most of you, your checks will be delayed at some point over the next 2 months. What does that mean? If you get a check on Monday, don't panic if you go out and it's not out there. Because honestly, guys, insurance companies are working remotely. The commission is not operating at 100% right now. And people, you got to remember, insurance companies are companies, yes, but they're run by people, okay? Human beings that are now getting the same as many of you may be going through working from home, pelleted with a new way of life, a new setup, maybe kids in the background, you don't know, and you want to make sure that you remember that human error is going to happen here. All right, guys, it's going to happen. I can almost guarantee it's going to happen. You'll go out Monday if it always comes on Monday, and it might come Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. If it comes one of those other 3 days, you should be happy. Why? Because some people might see delays of a week or even up to 2 weeks. I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying this to prepare you. Make that comp check go as far as possible. Most of you already do that, I understand. But make that comp check go as far as possible, guys. This is not the time to make a purchase that may be on impulse, to go and replace the television that you may not really need, go buy video game. This is not the time, because I can tell you, I'm a very good lawyer. My clients will tell you that. I believe we are one of the best law firms in Connecticut for workers' compensation. It's what we do. We sleep it, we eat it, we breathe it. Every day, I know the rules. I do these videos. I'm up to date. I'm very put your money where your mouth is. Most people don't get behind a camera like this and tell you things because they don't really know what they're talking about. They only know how to say 3 lines on a television screen or to pretend like they know what they're doing on a billboard. That is not me. I know what I'm doing. We know what we're doing. We're very good at it, and we're very diligent, okay? My clients have all been instructed these things. So my clients have gotten emails on exactly all of this stuff, or they're in the process of getting them as the second wave is going out today, as to what to expect and what to not expect, okay? But guys, checks will be delayed, and the biggest thing, guys, you just have to remember, do not panic. You will get the check. It will come. They have a duty to pay you, okay? But checks are going to be delayed. If your employer closes down and you're currently on workers' comp due to the COVID virus, not that you get it, but that they've, your employer, like, for instance, Express closed earlier today, or let's say your particular business closes because of the virus, that's not going to affect you either if you're on workers' comp. So don't worry about that. You're going to get your checks. It's just a matter of human power versus demand, and everybody's trying their best. And the insurance company, trust me, I'm dealing with attorneys. We're talking about it to make it so that it's least invasive on the clients. This is the situation where many people are going to now hire lawyers. If you watch me, I've been talking about it to you guys for years on through Facebook and through my videos. Why? Because you guys deserve to know. I want my clients to hire me because they make an educated decision to do so, because they know what they're facing and they choose not to face it. They hire me because they want me, not because they need me, and that is key, okay? In this situation, guys, those of you that didn't listen to me and didn't hire a lawyer, and again, I tell you that's an unbiased opinion, you're going to pay the price here, because ex parte pro se plaintiffs or pro se claimants in this particular situation are going to have a serious rude awakening, because unfortunately, and again, It just is the way it is. You all know attorneys get things done a lot faster than people that represent themselves, pro se claimants anyways. So now you add on to this fact of an emergency. If your checks are late, guys, you might be waiting for a call back for 4 or 5 days, and now there's panic. So if you haven't gotten a lawyer already, guys, this is your time. Hire somebody, get somebody on lock and key, let them fight for you, because your benefits are likely going to be delayed. All right, so that's on the checks. Don't get comfortable. Checks are likely going to be delayed. My clients already know if your check doesn't come in Monday, or if you have another attorney, by the way, which, guys, I'm very concerned. I'm hearing a lot of law firms, I shouldn't say a lot, a few law firms have sent all their staff home, and there's nobody manning the phones, and the attorney is a one-man show trying to do the job of 5 other staff members, and unfortunately is not doing a very good job as the phones are not being manned. So clients are panicking because they're calling their lawyer and saying, where's my lawyer? They're showing up at the door and the door's closed with a note saying closed for COVID, and they don't know what to do. So don't stand for that either. Get the attorney on the phone, email, text, whatever. We are not. We are fully operational, right? So all my staff is working remotely. Nobody would ever know it was a smooth transition. When I started my firm, I invested heavily in technology, modern day personal injury law firm. This is why, because it's allowed my staff to smoothly transition into the new role, which to me, guys, is so key. All right. And that's why my staff and my clients haven't even seen really a difference from this. The only difference, there is a difference, everybody's in their sweatpants versus in, office attire. But guys, we're banging it out. My staff's working harder than ever. We're having staff meetings every morning. Phone systems up and going. My computers are up and going. They're giving access to it's fantastic, and more lawyers should have done this. And I hope from this, they learn to do this so that those clients that chose to hire somebody else, they can give you the same level of service as a firm like mine that have invested in technology over the years. Okay, so that's my spiel. Hearings. So hearings are now being done telephonically. So hearings for yesterday, March 17th, and today, March 18th, were canceled. Okay, they will be rescheduled. Don't panic. And I'm sure they're going to be rescheduled on an emergency basis, guys. Hearings for March 19th forward are all telephonically. What is required? It is required that whether if you're representing yourself or the attorney, we speak to the other counsel or the insurance company on their side if there is no counsel. There usually is if it goes to a hearing. We work out our issues, and then the commission wants us, being the claimant or the respondent, to fax over any documentation that's in support of our position if we can't come to an agreement prior to the hearing phone call. Great. This is good for you guys, okay? Because some attorneys aren't usually available to do this. But because we're now all being, I don't want to say being forced, but now we're all being encouraged to talk and work together, this is great for you guys, okay? Fantastic even. So understand that you're only going to benefit from this, all right? And maybe the issues will be worked out a lot easier instead of going to a hearing and having one side give the same story over and over and nothing get done. This forces you to get stuff done, which is fantastic. I've had 2 of these calls today already for hearings tomorrow, which now don't need to go forward because we worked them out. I have 3 more hearings scheduled for tomorrow, and I think we're probably going to work out at least 2 of those. So everything, guys, is telephonic. You have to conference in everybody. So the insurance company and you have to be on a conference call, okay? And you guys have to call into the commission. There might be a wait time, and then you guys present your case to the commission. Very complicated. I don't recommend people do it without a lawyer. Guys, I'm telling you, think about this. Many of us now have more time than we've ever had. Think. Use this time to think. Am I doing the right thing? Fee-wise, guys, my fee comes out at the end, a year to a year and a half down the road. It's 20% of your PPD, which is your rating, and or settlement, all right? So what does that mean for you? That means that all these checks you're getting now for being out of work or being on light duty, those go to you. I don't touch those. So I'm the one that loses here. I don't get paid until the end, and I get 20% after you've probably collected tens of thousands of dollars. So trust me when I tell you, the clients think about this all wrong, and I'm happy to go into more detail with most of you in the event that you want me to explain the fee schedule, because quite honestly, the attorneys, we're the last to get paid, and we've done by that point 50 to 100 hours of work. So just keep that in mind. Not to mention, we're going to get you benefits you didn't know about. We're going to settle your case for much more than you'd never settle it on your own, and then guess what happens? My fee's irrelevant, because even in the additional benefits I got you, my fee is less than what you would have been able to get on your own, so it doesn't matter. Okay. We talked about hearings, right? All telephonic, guys, right? Okay. Formal hearings will go forward on an emergency basis. You have to call the commission and check to see if your particular formal hearing is going forward. Documents have to be sent over to the commission, as we've discussed, and so the documents have to be sent over, and the call has to be initiated. Guys, don't be late for those because they'll skip over you. You have to talk to counsel prior to see if you can work out your issues. That's another very important point here. If you do not do that, the commission may choose not to hear your case. The hearings for yesterday, the 17th of March, and today, the 18th of March, will be rescheduled, I'm sure, on an emergency basis. I'll keep you guys in tune for that. All right. So we've talked about checks, expect delays. We've talked about hearings and how they're continuing to move forward. Now let's talk about light duty work searches. I hate light duty work searches. I think that making people search for light duty work is inhumane. I'll tell you why. Somebody fixes helicopters for Sikorsky, let's say, right? And they're used to making, I don't know, $60 an hour. Now their doctor says you can't do that job anymore. You have to do a different job, search for a different job on a light duty basis. And then guess what do you think happens? So what happens in that case is the person is applying at Best Buy, Stop and Shop, CVS for a job where they're making minimum wage and they can't even get those jobs. What do you think that does to somebody? It makes them depressed. It makes them anxious. It affects their psyche. Now you're in the insurance company. You're going to pay for my client's Lexapro, Xanax, and psych treatment. It's inhumane. It's terrible. I speak out against it all the time. I tell commissioners I don't like it. I tell clients I don't like it, but it's the rules. But guess what? Best news in the world, as of starting Monday, so 16th of March, no more work searches until further notice. So if you're on light duty, you do not need to do those work searches. Stop. Halt. No more work searches until further notice. I will announce when the commission announces that they need to be done. No more work searches, guys, until further notice. You will get paid timely. It's not going to affect you being paid. Okay? All right. So medical appointments. Guys, this is a case-by-case basis because the commission hasn't really addressed this, all right? So I have a client that lives with his elderly in-laws, all right? He has a 2-year-old son with a compromised immune system. He had an RME, respondent's medical exam, and a commissioner's exam scheduled, okay, for yesterday and today. No, he's not going. He's not going to this exam. Why? Because he feels that he's putting these high risk people, his son and his in-laws, in danger. But what did he do that was right? He called me. I sent a letter to the commission saying that I've advised my client based on what he's told me not to go. I sent an informal hearing request on the same exact issue to the commission, requesting a hearing on the RV and the FCE. Why? So that there's no issue down the road, okay? So that they don't stop his checks and there's no issue down the road. That's what I did. Why did I do that? Because you need to document. If you represent yourself or you have an attorney and you can't get a hold of them, whatever, don't just not go to your appointments, guys. You need to communicate this. Talk to the adjuster, talk to the attorney, talk to the commission, but do not make these decisions yourself because that's where you're going to get into trouble. There's no order yet, right? But some doctors aren't seeing clients. So you have to call the day before. These are human beings. They're overwhelmed. They're dealing with issues that they've never had to deal with before. So what does that mean for you? That means that you are not necessarily going to be on their priority list. So if they cancel your appointment, maybe they called the wrong number, or maybe you didn't get the call. Always call the day before. Don't put yourself in danger to where you're going to be around people and then not even have the appointment, okay? Very important. Keep that in mind. So we've covered checks, hearings, work searches, and medical appointments, okay? I think that, and we've covered, the attorney's role here. That is predominantly what I wanted to talk to you about because those are the things that are being affected by this virus. This could go on for weeks, guys, right? And it's going to be a struggle. Expect your checks to be late. Expect your doctor's appointments to get canceled. If you go out in the mail, I know I'm arguing insurance companies are people, but sometimes they don't act like it. You may get notices saying, we want to stop your benefits because John Smith didn't do this or this or this. Guys, send it to your lawyer. Make sure you object. Call comp to object, but make sure you don't ignore these things, okay? Because they can stop your benefits potentially if you don't just communicate. This is a time of communication, a practice of communication. This is what your duty as a client, you need to communicate, okay? Lastly, there was one other piece here waived. You used to have to give the commission 3 days to cancel a hearing. If you're not ready for your hearing or now you're considering getting a lawyer involved or whatever, you just need to reach out to workers' comp and say, look, I need to cancel my hearing. What do you need me to do? They waive the 3-day notice, so you could technically do it the day before or maybe even the morning before. Depositions. We're trying to do depositions electronically. I have one scheduled for Friday. We're trying it. I don't want to delay any cases. I want to get them moving. I want us to all be on the same page and move these cases. So as attorneys, we have a lot more control than you have on your own, obviously, to try to get these cases moving. That's pretty much it, guys. I thank you for listening. I want you to follow us on Facebook, share this on Facebook. Please, you should. There's definitely people out there that are on workers' compensation that need to see this, need to see these changes. People just think things haven't changed because they haven't gotten anything in the mail. If your attorney has disappeared, you can't get them, et cetera, you need to make decisions that are going to best benefit you. So if you're not getting calls back, or you're not getting answers, or things aren't happening, consult other lawyers. I'm available. We're doing all of our consultations like this through Zoom. So we have a platform called Zoom. We video conference with everybody, and I've done 4 intakes in the last 3 days on Zoom. The clients love it because it's like you get to meet me and we're talking and I'm answering your questions. It's great for me because I get to keep the 6-foot distance and you don't have to travel. Realistically, I think I've changed a lot of minds of people as to doing this. I think that people prefer to do it this way, by electronic communication. We've done them all along this way, but some people did prefer to meet, but people are starting to see how this is just like meeting, right? I think that's it, guys, for now. So thank you for listening. Sorry for the Facebook Live I tried to post earlier. There was a big communication grid issue in Connecticut, apparently, with the network. It all crashed. So I want to pre-record it so I can upload it. If you have any questions, this is how you reach me. You ready? 203-399-0000, extension 1. Text me, 203-399-0000. Email me, Brooke, BROOKE, at Goff, GOFF, lawgroup.net. Follow us on social. You should be adding all your friends to our page. I mean, we give a lot of awesome information, and I'm not charging you guys for this, right? I do it pro bono, my time. I enjoy doing it. I love to teach. This is what I love to do, and I love to teach things I'm good at. Hit us up on social media. Rate us on social media. If you like our videos, rate us. Rate our company on social media. Tell the world, hey, look, use these people, and or at least follow the page, right? And stay well, keep your distance, and life will be back to normal soon enough. Thanks, guys, and I'll keep you updated. Thanks.